Hi, so Holly Bauer here, getting ready to do my final. Um, I have to say, I didn't really know what to expect going into this class. It honestly wasn't what I expected it was going to be. I did learn a lot. I struggled with some of it. I don't know if it's just because I didn't know much, or just the work involved, the language. That was a big part. It didn't really keep my interest too well. Um, I did enjoy some of it very much. It was great to get to know your brother. Really nice guy. I enjoyed learning a lot from him actually. So one of the things that I really did learn from this class involved the discussions. I really enjoyed getting to know other people's answers. I hope it's okay. I've got notes here because my brain does not want to remember things, especially when I'm doing video recording, because I get nervous and I feel awkward. So you can probably see that in the way my face is. But anyway, so I hope it's okay. I have notes here. You can kind of see them here. I've got them handwritten sloppily, so if I sound like I don't know what I'm doing, it's probably because I can't read my handwriting. So anyway, determining what help is needed in the community. That discussion really was an eye-opener for me because I didn't really think about that as far as nonprofit organizations and how they get started in a community. One of the things I brought out in my discussion was how smaller towns tend to have less nonprofit organizations to help them. So it really helped me to think about how my community sometimes lacks on certain things that are available for helping. I also read from other people's posts that even large cities can benefit from having nonprofit organizations in their community, helping with the different needs that are there. So locating and determining the need in the town, that was something that I kind of struggled with, trying to figure out, well, how do you identify the need? So a lot of it was just things I thought about, like working at the town library, knowing what people ask for when they come in, or things I hear them talking about, well, our town needs something for after-school kids, someplace they can go and someplace they can be safe and find help, like with doing homework or having activities that are safe for them. I would like to say that something that has started in my community in the last year is after-school learning extension program. That's been really great for a lot of the kids. They can go there and be with adults that are also teachers at the school. They do activities, they have time to do homework, and parents feel good knowing that their kids are safe and taken care of. And just also figuring out what the needs, like who it can help and how it can be achieved, and just what I find fascinating with something like that is determining how many people are actually being helped in the community. When you don't know how many people and then you see all these people coming in and seeing the positive results, I think that's really great. So that was something I enjoyed learning. Nonprofit ventures, fundraising. I never really thought about like a bake sale at the school being something that could be considered a nonprofit venture. So I found that really interesting. Some of my own fundraising ideas I had for a nonprofit venture included collaborating with schools, the library, even other businesses. Even in my own town, sometimes the school clubs will come out and do fundraising for different things, field trips, after-school programs, just all kinds of things. So I really did learn that there's a lot of things out there that I don't associate with nonprofits. the strong volunteer network discussion, that was interesting because as far as the nonprofit organization, I never really thought about how volunteers are sometimes the heart of the nonprofit. Volunteers, I think, when they decide that they're going to work with a nonprofit or for a nonprofit, they might really come with heart, because maybe they're volunteering for that nonprofit because whatever that mission is for that nonprofit, that might be something that in their heart is very close to them, something they feel very strongly about or have a sentimental connection to. Maybe they've experienced something where they could have had help from a nonprofit. So that was really a good thing for me to think about. Also, ways to help create a strong volunteer network is discovering with those people, asking them, what are your gifts and talents? What can you do? What do you want to do to help us be better? A lot of times people have things that they're really good at that could be great to help that nonprofit organization be even better. They might know which people they can reach out to and what businesses. So I think that is a really good idea to keep a volunteer network strong. Motivation. Motivation can be achieved through appreciation, recognition, incentives. Something that I think would help me if I was volunteering for a nonprofit organization is to know just how many people I've helped, or have we achieved our goal? Have we surpassed that goal? I think that would really motivate me to keep on working as a volunteer. One of the things that I think would help keep a volunteer really strong in their dedication to really help the nonprofit organization, and to really help them get started maybe, is to match that new volunteer with a volunteer that's been there for a long time. They know what they're doing, they know the ropes, they know the processes. I think matching that veteran, that volunteer that's been there for a long time, with a new one is going to be good, because they're going to help them know what to do and set a strong base for them. Fiscal responsibility. Now that was one that I never even really thought about as far as nonprofit organizations. So some of the things I learned about with fiscal responsibility, and I'm going to have to refer to my notes here because I have a lot jotted down here. One of the responsibilities is mission first, and if you're going to be writing a grant for a nonprofit organization, you definitely want that grant proposal to reflect and fit the mission of that nonprofit organization. A grant writer and the finance manager should work closely together, because they want to ensure that the grant amount is going to be manageable, and be able to cover the what ifs. The what ifs being, what if we don't have enough to cover our program? What if our budget is more than what our grant is going to be? How do we cover those what ifs? Fundraising strategies to help cover those expenses, which, I just talked about fundraising a little bit. So fundraising is really good because, it's like getting a lot of little mini grants from different people, and that's going to help you meet those needs of, whether it's printing, staff training, audits. You have to be prepared to cover those indirect costs. And keeping good records. Keeping good records is important because you want to keep track of money spent, so that you are showing that you were accountable with the money that the donors granted to you. Let's see here. Some of my other notes that I've taken, that things that kind of stuck in my brain that I hadn't known about before. One of them was types of boards. I did not realize there were so many types of boards. So, importance of ensuring the organization serves the mission, the overall welfare and success of the nonprofit. I didn't realize there were so many different boards. Elected governing boards, self-perpetuating, hybrid, and advisory boards. That was just something I didn't really think about, didn't know. And one of the things that really sticks in my brain is diversity. To me, that's an important word. It covers so many concepts, so many areas of life, and having a diverse board is going to be really important for the success of that board. Having different ages, different backgrounds, very important. You know, people that have ideas, that can think outside the box. So that was really something that stuck in my brain. You know, even obstacles can occur. You have to be prepared to meet with those. You know, motivation, culture, egos, you know, people might be, what's in it for me? And community or political objections and costs. Those can all be obstacles. So anyway, never thought I would be writing a grant. I have to say that I realized there's a lot involved in that. I didn't realize there was so much preparation, so much planning, so many steps to take. I really enjoyed learning about Image Wild. I think it's just really great that you have to do all these things to get to know your organization that you're trying to write a grant for. And I can say, you know, that the collaboration between the grant writer and the board or the director is important, because you really get to know one another. And as an example, you know, working with your brother Randall on Image Wild, I really realized how important what his mission is and how much it means to him. And I just can see how writing a grant can really help the organization. And I'm sure that mine wasn't good enough to help Randall, but you know, in the future, I hope that I can find a way to help him. And I just want to thank you for being very patient with me. I was a lot, very slow on a lot of my stuff, and I appreciate that you helped me getting connected with Randall. And anyway, I hope that in the future, the things that I've learned in this class will help me to help, you know, an organization in the future. Thank you.